Hello, and welcome to this very exciting episode of the Dohyo. I'm asking you to vote on who's going to be the next Shodai? Salt Mandate!
Roll the salt, get in the ring. Welcome to the Dohyo!
Hello and welcome back to the Dohyo here on Mr. J-Wag's channel. We have reached the point of quarantine hair where I have gotten an actual haircut and it looks neat, so compliment me on it. Just rolled in, I'm just like, yeah, give me the candle from Beauty and the Beast mixed with Jack Haley Jr. MGM reference for those of you musical fans. But today on the Dohyo we're going to be doing something a little different than my normal charts and loud opinions. Today I need to come to you for some advice, for some guidance. I have lost my Shodai. Shodai's fine. Shodai, the wrestler, will be fine, and his heart will, of course, will go on. But Shodai always had a special place for me in my sumo heart, for being that person who I could always count on to like really mess things up in the middle of a Yusho race when they really weren't a part of it. See, Shodai can't be Shodai anymore because Shodai is too good to be Shodai. So now that Shodai is boss level Shodai, I need to find a new Shodai. Cool? I will be clearly defining NüShōdai in a moment, but first, we have our first Sumo Symposium. As I mentioned in the last episode, a lot of things have been happening for the channel, and they happened so fast I didn't even have time to really clock that they were happening. But the channel has passed 300 subscribers, the Dohyo has gotten past 30 episodes, and the channel itself has had over 10,000 views. So thank you to everyone who has been here, watching the channel, listening to the folk covers, and hearing all of these crazy sumo rants. Thank you so much. But this is more than a shout out, it is a symposium, so I need to open it up to you all at home, wherever you may be in the world. What do you want to see going forward in the next 30 episodes? Are you kind of liking the schedule we are going at? Do you want more songs, fewer songs, more songs specifically about Endo? Let me know. Another question I would like to throw to you. Some of you who have been asking, hey, when is the album coming out? Or hey, where can I buy the Dohyo T-Shirts? You serious about this? Just saying, I have made most of my living for the past 15 years as a live entertainer, and right now during the COVID crisis, that has been remarkably hard to do, which has also given me a lot of time to make awesome sumo videos. So if merch is a thing you would be very interested in, let me know. If you would be interested in Dohyo T-Shirts, or if you'd be interested in a Dohyo Greatest Hits album, hit me down in the comments. And finally, if you would like to help the channel and help the Dohyo in a non-monetary way, there's a very easy way to do so. Click the buttons. YouTube is constantly telling me how much they want people to interact with the site and click the button. So just, if you like the show, please subscribe, comment, like the episodes you watch, and please share the show. I'm on a few like sumo forums and Reddits and message boards, but I'm clearly not on all of them. So you, out there in the world, if you have a sumo place where you like to go that you don't see Mr. J-Wags and you'd like it to be there, please be the change you wish to see in the world and share Mr. J-Wags out there. Yeah, so thank you so much. I'm going to get back to the Sumo Symposium. Here are the criteria. Number 1, it must be a wrestler who regularly faces the Sanyaku. But it can't be someone who regularly does well in the Sanyaku, so someone who would be considered a Sanyaku regular, so someone like Takeyumi could not be considered my next Shodai. And coincidentally, it's why Shodai can no longer be my Shodai. The way they win their matches is important, because it's gonna have to have some sort of nonsense going on. We talked at length in my first 2 Shodai videos, and thank you for sticking around for this, the third of the Shodai trilogy. That Shodai is famous for his cartoon sumo antics, so the NüShōdai is going to win with some level of nonsense. And lastly, this is a person who will not regularly be in the Yusho race, but will constantly be messing with people who are in the Yusho race. Just getting in there, throwing sand in the gears, changing the course of sumo history. all, we shouldn't even really be having to do this, because the obvious choice was Abi the whole time. He was supposed to be the next Shodai. That was his destiny. He was born to be the next Shodai and win with nonsense sumo against your favorite rikishi. But we've got like 2 years before that happens, so moving forward. Right now, I can't put Tobizaru into the realm of possibility for this because it's sort of an incomplete. We don't know what his true talent level will be in Makkauchi, so he may be someone we can vote for later as a possible Shodai, but not right now. Gotta see what he's gonna do next. Now we have a group of people who I'm going to cut off because I don't think they're going to be in the top Megashira Joy ranks consistently. People like Tokashoryu, people like Ryuden, people like Kotoeko. They've bounced up into the Joy a few times, but they've always managed to get sort of pushed back down. And I don't see any of them sort of hanging out in the Joy the way Shodai did. Conversely, we can't have people on the list who are doing too well to be the next Shodai. So people, like I said, Mitakeyumi, but I would also include people like Takanosho, Kirabayama, these younger people who may be Sanyaku regulars, Daisho, going forward. So I went through the whole Makkauchi Banzuke, and I made what I considered to be my 4 best nominations for the next Shodai, and I'm going to give them to you in the order in which they surprised me, from least surprised to most surprised. First nomination for next Shodai, Terutsuyoshi. The pros for Terutsuyoshi. First of all, he's definitely got the nonsense down. You have no idea what he is going to do off of the Tachiai. No one has any idea, and so it's going to add to a sense of nonsense and sort of anger Asanoyama fans when he decides to try out something new and weird in the last 3 days of a tournament. He has shown the ability to get up to Megashira 3, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hang out in the Joy enough with his amount of bulk, even though he has a considerable amount of technique. Of all the Pixies, I would say Terutsuyoshi is the one who is most likely to be the next Shodai, but I think his ceiling is going to be that of mid-Megashira, but he could surprise me, hang out in the Joy, and there we go. Nomination number 2, Hokutofuji. Now I know Hokutofuji is a bit more popular amongst the sumo people than Shodai was, but take a look at it. He hangs out at the top of the Megashira ranks. He's never really gotten Kachi Koshi when he's made Komusubi, and I think it's only been 3 times. So he can't be considered a dominant Sanyaku person, but he's been at Megashira 1 or 2 like 7 or 8 times in the past 2 years, so he's hanging out with the best wrestlers. He's a fascinating rikishi to watch. He has wonderful cartoon sumo moves. His arms go everywhere. He's got crazy whirling dervish, and that is just his 9-minute pre-match ritual. I mean, seriously, that guy's pre-match ritual is like a MEATLOAF song. It's 9 minutes long, incomprehensible, but like, awesome. Number 3, Endo. Alright, now you're probably saying, but he's a Sanyaku regular. Well, he's been at Komusubi more often than not over the past year, but he's never really done super well in the top part of the Joy. He's been to Komusubi a few times. He's gotten exactly 1 Kachi Koshi. He's gotten a few 7 wins there, but he's never jumped up to Sekiwake. He's never been a serious threat for a Yusho while he's been in the Sanyaku or in the Joy. The only thing I would say that I would not make him the next Shodai is that I don't think his sumo is nonsense. I think he's pulled off some cartoon sumo in his day, but he always has a plan off the Tachiai. Number 4, the most surprising, Tochinoshin. Now this surprises me a lot because Tochinoshin is one of my favorites. Not only is it an amazing story that he fought back from injury and then won a Yusho and then made Ozeki, and now he's sort of in the Kotoshogiku part of his career on the way back down the Banzuke, but his sumo has fundamentally changed over the past 2 basho. He's no longer the guy who just does the skyhook, reach over, lift, out. The Sky Crane is not functional right now due to all of the damage over the many, many years of sumo. So, like I mentioned before, he sort of reworked himself into a pusher, slapper, slap-down artist, henka guy? So okay. Tochinoshin has turned to some nonsense sumo to win. Okay. I also don't think he's going to be in the Yusho race anytime soon, but he may have just enough juice and just pure grit to be able to get through for another couple years and be that spoiler that truly makes you the new Shodai. So there we go. Your 4 nominees. Write-ins, of course, are perfectly acceptable. Hit me up in the comments with your votes, and they will be revealed on a later episode. Alright, this episode was a little bit different, but again, thank you so much for 30 really awesome episodes. I hope to be keeping this up. We got some great episodes coming up. Tama no Umi is taking a little bit longer than I thought, but when you are dealing with the tragic death of a young yokozuna, you have to take the time to get it right. I'm also doing another episode about Ozeki and why they can't seem to close the deal. And of course, my bolder predictions before the next basho. So, everyone stay strong, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you next time on the Dohyo. Fish!